Reggatta de Blanc is the second album by English rock band The Police, released in 1979. It features the band's first two UK #1 hits, Message in a Bottle, and Walking on the Moon. It was their first album to reach #1 on the UK album charts. It was their second album to bear a foreign language title after the band's 1978 debut album Outlandos. Reggatta de Blanc proved both more popular and successful than its predecessor. The title track earned the band their first Grammy Award for Best Rock Instrumental Performance in 1980. Background: Reggatta de Blanc took 4 weeks to record, spaced over several months. Unlike its successor, Zinyatta Mondatta, there was no pressure on the band. Stuart Copeland described it, "We just went into the studio and said, right, who's got the first song? We hadn't even rehearsed them before we went in, against the wishes of A&M, who had wanted to equip the promising band with a bigger studio and more famous producer. The Police opted to again record at Surrey Sound with Nigel Gray. The small budget was easily covered by the profits of their previous album, Outlandos, further ensuring that the record label would have no control over the actual creation of the band's music." Whereas Outlandos had benefited from one of the most prolific songwriting periods of Sting's life, the recording sessions for Reggatta de Blanc were so short on new material that the band even considered re-recording Fallout at one point. To fill in the gaps, Sting and Copeland dug up old songs they'd written and used elements of them to create new songs. Much of the lyrics to Bring on the Night were recycled from Sting's Last Exit song Carrion Prince, and The Bed's Too Big Without You similarly started as a Last Exit tune, while Does Everyone Stare originates from a piano piece Copeland wrote in college. The closing track No Time This Time was previously the B-side to So Lonely in November 1978, and was added to pad out the album's running time. The album's title is a pseudo-French translation of white reggae. Songs: the instrumental Reggatta de Blanc, one of the few songs written by The Police as a group, came from the long instrumental break in the live performance of Can't Stand Losing You, and earned the band the 1980 Grammy Award for Best Rock Instrumental Performance. Bring on the Night was written 3 years earlier as Carrion Prince, the title taken from Ted Hughes's poem King of Carrion, and is about Pontius Pilate. However, after reading the Executioner's song, Sting felt that the words fitted Gary Gilmore's Death Wish, and says that since then, I sing it with him in mind. The Bed's Too Big Without You was covered by reggae singer Sheila Hilton in 1981, and became a UK Top 40 hit. Reception: Reggatta de Blanc continued to build on the success of the band's previous record, hitting #1 on the UK and Australian album charts upon its release in October 1979. Message in a Bottle and Walking on the Moon were released as singles and both reached #1 in the UK. In 2012, the album was ranked number 372 on Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. Track listing: all songs written and composed by Sting, except where noted. Personnel: Sting Euro bass guitar, lead and backing vocals, double bass, Andy Summers Euro guitar, piano, backing vocals, Stuart Copeland Euro drums, guitar on verses and chorus of It's Alright for You, lead vocals on Any Other Day, piano and intro of Does Everyone Stare, backing vocals on It's Alright for You, and Bring on the Night. Charts, album, singles, awards, references. External links: Reggatta de Blanc at Radio 3 Net.